Verse 17. No. This is good stuff. Verse 16. Let me not miss this. His disciples did not understand these things at first, but when Jesus was glorified, then they remembered that these things had been written about him and had been done to him. For the sake of my servant Jacob and Israel my chosen, I call you by your name. This is great stuff. I name you, though you do not know me. I am the Lord, and there is no other. Besides me, there is no God. I equip you, though you do not know me. I mean, so cool. Jesus equipped these disciples, even though they're still scratching their heads. These are the perfect guys to get his message out into the world. Spiritual assessment test. Guys, look, I'm gonna relieve you of the burden of ever having to take one of those again. I think they can cause more complications than good, and here's why. One, going from Isaiah 45, or what I know in Psalm 130-something, 35, 138, that God knit you together. He formed you before you ever entered this world. He knew you by name. He put every strand of DNA, together, your personality. Guys, you are incredible. Incredible. Creatures, images of the Lord, people. The words almost escape me, but here's what can be portrayed to you. That you're like pieces of land that need to be developed. Right? Let's lay some sewage lines, some water lines, some electricity, and the church does this. Right? The discipleship programs, 101, 202, 303, 404, then let's usher you out to mentor someone and then bring you full circle that you can begin teaching these classes. They're not bad in and of themselves, except when they take the place of God's work in you. And here's why spiritual assessment tests and how this have anything to do with this. And if this just gives you a new way of thinking, great. I make the pastors and deacons take spiritual assessment tests. And it's funny, because guess what? Preaching is actually a little bit lower on mine than, I don't know. Well, mercy didn't even exist on ours, on all of our pastors. Just to be honest, we have no patience with you. Talk about confusion. You come to us with your problems, you're going to get a kick in your donkey. Look, your mind stands between your flesh, the corruption of your flesh, and the spirit man within you, the new life within you. This is why Paul says in Romans 12, you must renew your mind. The mind needs to be renewed because it is being peeled off the corruption and is being changed and conformed into the image of Christ. This is why this happens in Jesus in you. You take a spiritual assessment test, and what happens? Because I am still needing full redemption, I see people like Matt who can play the guitar pretty well on good days. And I say, that is very inspiring. I want to be more like Matt. And I'm really intrigued by that. And so I go and fill out my spiritual assessment test, and this is like, it's in my mind, and I fill out these answers based upon desires I have, and, comparing myself to people, and I get answers that like, oh, I didn't know I was good at belly dancing. That must be my gifting, my equipping, so therefore I should go and do this for the Lord. There's something else you can do that's really, really easy. You just ask yourself, what do I like to do? And actually, it's easier than that. You don't have to ask yourself anything. Just say, God, here I am. How do you want to use me? And I bring this up, guys. because of the concern of replacing the power of the Holy Spirit to lead the church with the structure and the organization of the local church. I heard one person say, it's so simple, we like to make it complicated. You could literally just say, God, here I am. Just show me what to do. And if you want to ask the next question, ask, what do I absolutely love to do? Which, I mean, that question can be confusing in itself because I love to hear Matt play guitar. But does that mean I love to do it? What am I naturally drawn to? Some of you, if you've been confused over the years as to what you should be doing for God, I'm sorry. Guys, I used to be part of the problem. I really did. And God has shown me a much easier way, and that is He's got the Holy Spirit, He's got His Son changing me, and He's got His plan for my life. I can actually rest in my relationship with God.